All right, I am a little slow to start today. Actually, a lot slow to start today. I'm almost a half an hour behind. Hopefully, you got the message that I put out last night and this morning about this starting up a little late today, and I didn't even really decide on what I was doing until pretty much right now. How's it going? Let's see what we've got today. I'm going to, and I'm going to say this way. I'm going to start out with Imperium, because I've got a very big build bug. Not a bug in a sense of, an error, but I am bugged with the desire to build. This is the same ship that I've been working on the stream last week, I want to say. A lot has been done to it. Quite a bit has been changed about it. Oh, is that? Okay. There are light problems. Light bounces weird off of stuff in Empyrean, and that's okay. We deal with it. There are still some things that I've got to do, quite a few things that I've got to do with this ship before I feel it will be ready to put up on the workshop. But it's getting there. It's getting very close, very very close. Um, I've probably way over engineered this thing. I think I have more power. Yeah, how about some game sound? Game sound works. And do up a thing. Let's see. There we go. I've got way more generators on this thing than I think I need, but yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna kind of fly through this a bit to start out with, just because it has some interesting features that you may have noticed already. Lights turn on and doors open when standing in certain places, and I have a couple of tutorials on. I watched a few tutorials on it, um, and I think the one that I got the most information for pertaining to what I was doing. I think I have that liked on YouTube, so it should be in that list. And then reading some dev postings on the subject of signal logic. It's this whole nightmarish mess of a looking thing that isn't really. It's a lot more simple than I thought it was. Setting up signals for areas. In fact, I should probably adjust those. I've got some adjustments to make to a few of them. Mainly that when I stand in this spot right here, I want those lights to go on, as well as basically I want the light sensors to overlap on this block, and it does it in a couple of places. Like this one, I want to expand it backwards, and changing up the sensor logic is pretty easy for it. It seems intimidating, but it's not. Let's see. I'll go up to the bridge here. I had to throw on more RCS units and make this thing turn a little faster, because with all the crap that I'm putting in it, it kind of got stuffed. So it's okay. One of the major revamps that I did was to engineering, mainly because I forgot how big that thing is, and so I had to do some stuff to it. And then I realized that gravity generators seem to stack. I had been running into a problem like, why couldn't I jump? Why couldn't I jump? And I didn't realize that I had a couple of very oddly placed gravity generators. Like if I put one on a wall there, it'll keel the whole gravity over this way. Like this, that will be straight up and down. And I didn't realize that they didn't work on the plane of the ship. They work on their own plane. And if you stack them, you can jump off of this console right here and hurt yourself getting to the floor. You can make gravity really bad, apparently. I would really love to see, one of the things that I'd really love to see is like a slider for that, like setting up our own levels of gravity. And being able to do that, I think, would be good. So I'm having a bug. I decided to take this ship into a survival game, and I just like blueprinted it in. I cheated it in, and so that I could put it to a test as far as like, well, is it sustainable? Will this ship provide a living space for one or more people while they do stuff off planet? And so far it's working, with one massive exception. I have night terrors about how much promethium it will take to fuel this thing, and how much energy it uses when it's just idling. Oh God, I have the thrusters on. That makes it even worse. Turning off the engines of a ship will drastically increase your power consumption. And I also think that they've either adjusted something or there's a bug with something, but power consumption is pretty massive since their last update. But the bug that I've run into is that all of my plants, they haven't died, but they haven't grown either. They're sitting in a state of rest, it seems. And these rooms are oxygenated. Oh, I don't need that, do I? I don't need that either. What I need... Oh, really? Apparently... there's an oxygen problem in this room. Oh, it runs really bumpy when you have this set. Do I have oxygen on this boat? Yes, I do. Okay, so I seem to have run into a problem with my O2. I'll have to check that out in the survival game that I've got that in. What could be causing it? Okay, so this room is oxygenated. It would tell me it's not working. Oh, this gets really stumpy. It's basically showing, because it's showing me oxygenated areas and not it's having a hard time displaying all of it. Now the problem here is that I don't think I just want to see if this changes things, because those are not airtight blocks, it seems. Okay. I'll just put these in temporarily to find out what's going on with that. Okay, so Interesting. Because I had plants growing in these before. So I know that they were oxygenated at one point. But one thing I'm noticing right away is that I do not have a ventilation block in this section of the ship. I think there's a sensor up here, yeah. Alright, so hopefully nothing's above this. Okay, so now that room's full. So that was part of the problem. But now... And that all should be airtight. Do a little closer inspection here and try and find out where the air leakage is. All those corners match up. That doesn't make any sense. I do not see it. Hey, Silicon Sandbox, how's it going? I'm doing well. How about you? I'm trying to figure out why in the heck I don't have air in these little grow rooms right here, and especially because it's showing oxygen at the top. Which I don't quite understand. Because it's showing it as airtight. Also, I had plants growing. I have this ship in a build in a creative game, and I have this in a survival game as well. I mean, this is like my 10th or 11th restart. I skipped the opening mining phases. I'm like, all right, no, I've already mined tens of thousands of iron, and all of those games are gone and done. I'm not I'm not delusional about how much time I've spent digging rock out of the ground in this game. So this time around, I started up a survival game with this ship. And I also use the item menu to grab a couple of, essential things to keep me surviving until I can get back to a place where I was in previous games I started, basically. And since it's alpha, I'm expecting there to be more. And I'm interested in testing to see what kind of things are happening with it in a real situation. I might have to redo this entire gardening idea, because this is also a blank spot. There's no O2 here either. and I don't know why. Yeah, this is a dead spot in the room. But the rest of the room is oxygenated. Yeah, please, by all means. That I'm more than happy to take any and all suggestions. Yes, absolutely. What I might do, just as a initial thought, is rip this top section off of it and just build it right into the ceiling. I'd like to avoid doing that, but the rest of it should be, yeah. Oh good, that's nice. I'm storing oxygen in this box. I'm confused as to what's giving it air all around here, but then not right here. These 4 spaces. And I've grown plants in these. Had been. In fact, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a backup of this one. I like to make several backups and then delete them as I go because I've found a lot of messing up. Let me see where. I think it should be this one here. Yeah. I've got a very strange bug when it comes to plants in this. Still a bit of a noob at this game. Understand how to progress in survival. Cool. I've got 700 hours in, but I'm still learning stuff like all the time. Okay, what I need to do is show O2. Yeah, here they are. See all this stuff here? So I zoom in on it with a scope, and those are wheat plants. And watch, as I get closer, boop, boop, boop. Do, 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 do. So that's a little strange. You know, it just a little weird. Other plants are now doing it too. Yesterday they weren't doing that. These plants have been in this state of growth for 2 days. And these are freshly planted. I'm also seeing that there is no air in there, which is strange because I would think that they'd all be dead. So one thing that I absolutely need to do, because I hadn't noticed, I didn't put air in there, and that could be, yeah, just an LOD. Yep, indeed. It doesn't have to do with the state of plant growth, but I've now figured out why the plants aren't growing. Hey, Shah, how's it going? How are you doing today? So I need a ventilator block. I'm always lost where stuff is in here. I know I've got one. Maybe I don't have one. Ooh. All right. Ventilator block for a capital vessel. It's probably the same one as it is on a base, but we're going to just run with it. Vent block is at the bottom. Oh, I do have it unlocked. So I'm just not seeing it. That's what it is. Okay, I'm going to do that later. That's a repair bay. Oh, you know what? It's the same one for all of them. I am doing pretty well. I've loaded this in a survival game. I'm gonna go back to the creative game in a minute here. I had just discovered, this is brand new to me, that the air in those grow rooms wasn't working, and apparently I landed this ship and grew a bunch of plants in it, and they are now stuck in a state of half growth. And I didn't know that it wasn't oxygenated until like what, 5 minutes ago. So yeah, whoops. Let's drill this out. Let's put this in here and get some air in here. Boom. Now that that is oxygenated, I'd like to figure out why this isn't working. Because I find it very odd that that isn't working. It has oxygen on top. But in here somewhere, there is a leak. Because there is no O2 here. And I don't know why. But since the rest of the room has O2, I'm wondering if this isn't blocked off. Because I saw this in another ship that I was building yesterday. And it's strange because it was something that worked before that doesn't work now. So I don't know if it's a bug, if it was an intentional change. I'm not altogether certain what the deal is. But now that I have these rooms with air in them, I will figure out what I'm going to do for a restructure of the top of this. Because obviously that, I don't know what that is. I'm going to have to do some playing around with it. So I'm going to save this like this and go back into the creative thing, and then that way I can take the running back and forth for materials, the constant fear that I'll knock a block out and vent the entire ship to space, or part of the ship to space, because it's all, bulkheads and doors and stuff. But yeah, in the mix I forgot to put put oxygen in that main room there. Whoops. It happens. So we'll go and do this, go back to this creative game. That way I can just grab the elements that I need, slap them together, and not have to worry about kicking each block out. And I can also use the mirror tool more effectively. So this room should have O2. And this room does not. So now I've got, okay. That would have to mean that these are venting somewhere, like here. And what I'm looking for is something to not change. Like if I take out a block and nothing changes, that means that whatever I just took out was the thing that was making this not airtight. Okay, so that had no effect on it. That definitely will, because it should. Well, wait a minute. No, I'm thinking about this backwards, aren't I? Yeah, I'm thinking about this backwards. The problem is not outside the room. The problem is inside the room. That vent is being blocked off by something, because if I take out a block and it fills up with air, that means this ventilator is not doing its job. It's blocked by that window. So I think what I could do is put that there. And if I take this out, it'll fill. I'm good. I'm so good, I'm better than me. Okay, so that is what did it. If you have anything in the block underneath, because the window is airtight, it considers this entire space to be filled. So it's not just this surface here that I'm pointing at. It's not just that surface that it is making airtight. It's making the entire block, the whole thing, airtight. So all I gotta do is go back into my survival game, take a window, put it on that outside of both sides. Bam, bam, done. Take out the window on the inside. Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love being able to problem solve something, figure out and end up figuring out what the cause of it was. I'm so stoked about stuff like that. I'm a geek. What can I do? So we'll take that out. Put that in there. Fly over here. Now I can wipe out the window, interior window. Here. Boop. Boop. And the final boop. So there we go. Hoorah! Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so there we go. Problem solved. So this is, man, I'm glad I did this because it was bugging me that those plants were growing, and now I know why. I'm shocked that they're not dead. I'm really quite stunned. One of the other things that I wanted to edit was the distance that these lights, the sensors, where they go. I want to drag that sensor there. I want the path to lead all the way out to this door, and I want this one to lead out. Basically because you walk into this little area and everything goes dark on you. And I'd like the spots to overlap so that you're leaving one light. It stays on behind you with time for the light in front of you to turn on, and they're not dropping at the same time or skipping, just to make it look good. That's what it's all about. That's why I'm doing this in creative. That's why I'm not doing this in survival. I've had plenty of survival games started up so far, and I'm definitely going to be doing more of them. But the one that I have going now, this is a creative game, but the survival that I have going now is strictly to see what the viability of this vessel is to somebody, one or more people to live in it. This is something else that I've got, I started building this yesterday afternoon, I think. My previous attempt to build a replica, or at least something in the fashion of a Battlestar Galactica Raptor. My first attempt, which nobody saw because I'm an idiot and did not save the blueprint, I thought was decent, but it still didn't cut it. Then the second version of this ship that I tried to build looked less like a Battlestar Galactica Raptor and looked more like a monkfish, like a real, like actual monkfish. It was terrible. I don't like it. It's a good ship to live on, but oh God, it's hideous and I hated it. This is the third. And if you don't know what the BSG Raptor looks like, you should go and check it out, because this is a pretty decent representation. It's kind of difficult to do with blocks, but it has all these mobile doors and stuff like that key off with sensors. That door opens when you get in here. Plenty of storage and stuff, because the center section of a Raptor kind of has this electronic junk feel to it, and it moves. I'd still like to fit a couple more RCS units on it, mainly because the turning speed isn't so great, but it's pretty nimble. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I ran it out of fuel. Don't. Let's see. This is a creative game, right? Is this? Is the water still a block? Yeah. The water is still not great. I don't know what the proper term for it is, but it is an entity of itself. So placing blocks in it doesn't displace it. If you build, if you were to build a cube underwater and pump oxygen into it, as long as the water had a way to get out, it would fill with air. You can't do that in this, unfortunately. I don't think this will fit in the front hangars. The front hangars are really tiny. No, I don't think this will fit. Maybe. Nope. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Clang. All right. And it's not very well, it's very heavily armored, but it's not very well armed. It doesn't have, but it only has one machine gun on it. So it's not really an assault vessel. But it isn't completely incapable of defending itself either, so. Whoops. Underground farm. Yeah, see, and that's an unfortunate that it doesn't work that way, because I would like to build a couple of underwater elements myself. you know what? I forget. Oop, there's already a ship on it. Damn it. I have a repair block up here. This thing's a beast. I love this ship. This one's actually, I put this one up on the workshop. You like the detailing on the CV? Thank you. Yeah, I've been working at it. It's still I've got I need there's a couple little things I need to do with it yet. It's not stuff too crazy. It's going to be a lot of subtlety, but yeah, there are a couple elements that I need to do some stuff with. I'm really happy with how this whole thing came out, though. It's yeah, I'm really happy with it. I'd like the lights to work a little bit better, but yeah, I think it would be I think it'd just make it that much. I've got a switch hooked up in the bridge to lower these shutters, kind of like a bullet shield, even though it's not, because those things take what, one, two hits. Oh well, it's okay. It's aesthetics, and I'm perfectly okay with that. I do need to shut this off. And that'll repair it. Yeah. So yeah, I threw this together yesterday. Um, it took me a couple of hours, and I'm pretty. Open the damn door, you freaking smarmy ship. I'm pretty happy with how it came out. It was a lot of fun. I built a couple of versions of this thing, and the first two weren't so great, and I needed to take a third. I needed to take a third crack at it because it wasn't making me happy that I couldn't get it right. The body on the first one was fantastic. I thought it was really good, but it wasn't wide enough to accommodate for the two control seats. So I ran with a little bit of artistic licensing on it. It should be a little bit more narrow than this. I probably should have gone on an even number, but it wouldn't have worked as well, I don't think. And getting places to put upward thrusters and stuff like that was difficult. But the stats on it aren't too bad. It probably could use another RCS or three. But side-to-side movement is a little sluggish, but it's difficult. I was talking to somebody in the Empyrean Discord today that getting all of the stuff that you need in a small vessel is a lot harder than just building a capital vessel because I mean, with a CV you've got a lot of space to work with, but you can't make a massive small vessel without having some kind of consequences to go along with it. Like this one up here is it's crazy. It's huge, but it's also brutally expensive for what it is. I haven't gotten anything on switches yet for this thing, so all of it's manual, and the entire thing. We were messing around with a painting tool, so it's pretty monochrome. Okay, so we've got this docking bay up here. Yeah, I know. I don't need oxygen. It's okay. It's the very first switch that I set up. That's all it does. I was pretty intimidated by it, to be honest. The whole thing, you know, I'd open up the signal logic and I'd see the and, or, etc., etc. And I thought, no, that's way above my pay grade. There's no way I'm figuring this stuff out. And it's not that difficult. I don't know what all of these things mean. Hap tried to explain. I think XOR would be exclusively OR. So it like you couldn't see. I don't even really know. Ugh. Okay, so then I reworked, going back and forth between the creative game and the survival game. What I've been doing is I'll run into something in the survival game that causes some kind of a problem, like the garden, and then I come back to the one in creative, the one that I'm actually blueprinting, and I'm changing it in here. And then I will take what I learn or with a final setup and just uh, jury rig the whole thing with the survival game, mainly because I'm trying to keep stuff like that to a minimum. I want to find out what my goal in the survival game is to live off of that ship and find any flaws in it as a long-term survival base, basically, mobile in nature, to see how viable it would be. My goal, if I'm blunt, is to see if it will get enough popularity to be put into the game. Like I notice a couple of the workshop people, the more popular workshop people, have gotten some things added to the prefab list when you go in. I clicked on it right away. This one was one that they featured in a newer video, even. So I'm looking to hopefully gain a little bit of notoriety with it. Maybe get it put in the game. That would be pretty cool. I mean, of course, you can always go to the workshop and download it, but how awesome to have it be part of the game, you know. I threw these fighters in for screenshot purposes to give, you know, a size impression. What kind of, these are like 5x6 landing spots for smaller fighters, medium is small, not tiny. And then I figured what I'd probably do, I just mirrored the whole thing over here. I'm going to split this one kind of in half and make it, you know, painted up for a larger ship. And then I've got these front hangar bays that would be good for, you know, probably 2 or 3 very small vessels that would be able to fit through that door. They're kind of small. But I needed it for the aesthetic of the thing. Otherwise, it was just going to look like a big rectangular pod on the side of this thing. I needed it to kind of shrink up a little bit and give room for a couple of I don't know if these are flak guns. I think they're flak guns. And then both sides have a cargo hold, and both of them have the constructor, both sides have a constructor room on it as well, off of the main hangar. And you can get into the small, the forward hangars there. And more cargo. Can't have too much cargo. Engineering was a pain. I had this, I built this entire thing out. I had a whole mess of stuff in here. It looked really cool. And then I realized, wait a minute, I didn't put a warp drive in there. And I remember they changed the shape of the warp engine, which is really good because I would have needed that entire ceiling for the old one. But that entire section right there, almost all of it would have been taken up by it. So they did make it a little bit smaller, which is nice, but I'd forgotten exactly how massive the thing is. It's like 2 by 2 by 5, yeah, 2 by 2 by 5. It's big, and let's see, warp engine. That's a short range. Where's the big one? Looking right at it. Oh, 3 by 2 by 5. Okay. Yeah. It's big. And I built this whole thing out and went, oh crap. I don't have the warp drive in here. Oh, that sucks. So I had to go and rip out basically the entire back half of engineering plus part of this upper level in the process. It was kind of ugly. It sucked. But, like a lot of things that I liked before I tore it apart, I like it better now that I've torn it apart. And I kept the kind of Borgy warp core feeling with that Nem suggested. It was a pretty good call. So my plants should grow now that I've made that. Well, once I make that edit in the survival game, hopefully my plants will live. Because I'm getting pretty close to being out of food. Well, no, that's not true. I raided a couple of places that had a lot of food. But then there's a split level on both sides, one for mess hall, one for med lab, and I have all of the assets. They say that they're decoration in the description. These here represents a group of blocks. Add to the toolbar. Plus press right mouse button to unfold. So when you do that, these 4 right here have an effect, and like this one here, you can see at the top of the list, it says it'll get rid of freezing and heat stroke. Where is it? Freezing, heat stroke, radiation sicknesses, and then there these 4 broken leg, open wound, parasites. So yeah, you get you put these things on your capital vessel or in your base, and you can heal yourself of those conditions. Of course, I haven't had much opportunity to use those, mainly because when you're in this giant ship, if I were to go from whatever combat situation I was in to running down to med lab to get rid of broken leg, get rid of poisonous bite or something like that, I'd be dead by the time I got there. No, that wouldn't go well. Let's see. One of the other things that I added kind of recently was this elevator on both sides up to the top deck, and I put in a lot of this stuff, tubing and I don't think I painted that. Nope, I didn't. Nope, neither one of them. Pardon. but that's stuff that that I should probably do, really. I gotta remember not to do a replace mode or anything like that. Keep it nice and simple. Watch the apply to all block nightmare that you can get into. Yeah. In this case, I do want to apply it to the whole block because I'm going to be very careful about where I'm aiming. Okay, so I think since I've made changes, backing up, I'd like to put more. I'd like to get more light. And oh, awesome! Thank you very much for the follow. Awesome. Take care. Thank you for dropping in. I hope to see you again. I want to put a little bit of detail on this so that it's not just painted on the wall, and do something up like that. There's also I want to extend the light switch in these rooms so that the lights will take up more of the space outside of it. Now I'm just going to find the damn sensor. Oh, just passed it. And this is a lot crazier easy than one would imagine it is. It gives you a grid to work with. And as long as you can figure out which direction is what on the number pad, it's aligned to a red dot. I just can't ever remember which alignment it is. So I'm going to fiddle with this until it works. It wasn't that one. There we go. And now this light in here will turn on, or will stay on until I'm fully out of the room. Then what I can do is come over here and change this one. I happen to know it's in this area. I think the red dot is down. So it would be like to move the thing this way would be with the 2 key. But we'll find that out. Interactive setup. And what I want this to change on a couple of different planes. I want okay, so the red dot is up. Red dot would be 8, but I needed it to go that way anyway, so that's all good. I'm going to go ahead and extend it right through the door. That way, as soon as you step into the doorway, the lights come on. And the nice thing is because it's an interactive setup, it lets you test it. Yeah, I think that's good. So we'll go over here and check this one out to make sure that this one's working properly. And it is. And then I wanted these lights to come on back here. So the red dot is facing the bow of the ship, so I'm going to need, nope. Okay, so it is down. Yeah, the red dot is aligned with the 2 key, I believe. So now when I step into this alcove here, it no longer goes dark. because this sensor isn't where it needs to be. Oh, I'm looking with another one. Okay, so that's why. Okay, yeah, we're good. So those sensors are okay. I'm gonna push these outward so that those turn on with that. Okay, and these ones I know to be working the way that I want them to. They extend all the way out. And then this one was in need of being pulled as well. Okay, so those are good, that one's good. Basically, I just want the light to come on before you enter the room. Okay, the other one that was messed up is the one down by the armory and in this one here. Okay, so this sensor will be easy to do because we just go like this, and that should do it. Excellent. All right, so that room lights up when you step into the entryway. Brilliant, brilliant. And then this one, hey Sid, how's it going, dude? Welcome. How are you today? I'm gonna push these ones out too, because that doesn't turn on those lights the way that I want it to. Okay. Ooh, I have a cat. And this one's set up. This one, I believe, is set up correctly. Hey, buddy, how's it going? All right. Light sensor. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Doing great. Good to hear, man. Good to see you back here again. I know you dropped in last time, which is awesome. But, you know, it's always good to see you again. Okay, so where is my brain? Now okay, so I got all those sensors set up. I'm going to save it again. And, yeah, that's much better. I like this much better. The lights stay on until you leave the room. I gotta remember to make all these edits in the survival game that I'm playing, testing this thing out. I also need, you know what I really need to do here? Yep, life, I hear you. That's what happens when you're making other plans. I need symbols. There we go, because this is the armory, and so I'm constantly turning out of one of these rooms and going this way, and I'm almost always wanting to go this way. So, figured out my plant problem, got that sorted out. Definitely need to paint these. I'm glad it ended up being a really simple fix too. That I love figuring things out. Cod. Yay, that was a fun typo. Did she just call you a fish? Sorry, I'm sorry. Normally I don't, it was just good. Now these rooms, I have these rooms dark. Normally, I guess power switched off. I know we're too damn close. I agree. It was rude to put two vowels so close to one another. Bad. In fact, let's see if I can recall. It was 7th grade. It was a typing class, and it was something like I ended up having to type the word shot, but that's not the key I got. Whoops. Puzzling out misspellings by looking at the keyboard. Nice. It's cold in here today, and I haven't built a fire yet. We just got back. We had to run a couple of errands. Oh, this little thing? Yeah. Yeah, I'm really happy with the third incarnation of this thing. The color isn't quite right. The shape of it isn't really quite right either, but it's good. I'm enjoying it, and it looks a lot better than the monkfish. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Third time was the charm, and I've got motion sensors on it to open up the doors and stuff when you go in there. And I didn't take. You can open it from that side. It doesn't stand for modest. No, it doesn't. Nope, not even a little bit. I am very modest. I'm probably the most modest person you've ever met. I love doing that. So there's a lot of extraneous junk in this ship. I mean, it would be. This was more of a visual effect than anything. It's not meant to be incredibly efficient. It was more meant. Let me run out to the. Have you seen the one that I'm on? Let me go out and fly around it, because this thing, I had to take a break from working on the CV, the one that I'm docked with, and I've been wanting to take a crack at the third chance at the Raptor to see if I could duplicate it. And so far so good. I think it came out pretty well. Has the same general shape as the monkfish, but it's not as monkfishish. Yeah, I've been working on this one a while, dude. This thing is crazy. And there's a switch on the bridge, not only that raises the shutters on the sides, right in Let's see if I can, how close I can get to it. These shutters right here um, will open by a switch in the bridge, and on the other side of the bridge, there's another switch that controls all the running lights. So you can, if you're on the bridge, you can turn off the green and red lights. Thank you, dude. I'm glad you like it. I'm really stoked with how it's coming out, and it has elements that were inspired by things. I mean, if you can't tell the obvious Battlestar Galactica nod with the side pods being hangars and stuff like that, then yeah. But the front end, the whole ship started with this right here, the front end of it, and it was inspired by a drawing from Micah Sidsu. He is an old acquaintance of mine. I talked to him a couple of times about a pencil and paper role-playing game that he was doing the art for, and he's a really good artist, I think, and I took inspiration from a couple of his drawings because Battlelords is awesome. And then there are a couple other nods in here in certain places, but yeah, it's I'm loving it. It looks really good, I think. Very happy with how it's coming out. And it's getting close to done. I don't think I have too much nitpicking I'm going to do to it from here on out. But this is more in line with making sure the I's are crossed and the T's are dotted, and it's a cohesive build, basically. My goal, I hope. It looks pretty good. Yeah, thank you. Sweet. Oh, yeah, boy. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with it. It's been about a week and a half. I don't remember. No, I think I started this right at the beginning of the month, so it's been almost 2 weeks now that I've been working on this thing. Not straight, obviously, but it's been good. I have more generators in here than I really need, but go big or go home, right? And then it gives a nice effect with the fuel tanks, I think. And now that I figured out the problem that I was having with this room not being oxygenated, see, I'll even show it here because I think. Ooh, excuse me. I think I should be able to do this. Uh-oh, damn it, Spacey. Where is it? I need a window. Okay, so check this out. Because this game, each one of these blocks takes up a volume, and regardless of the size of that volume, as a visual or a physically passable aspect, obviously if I put a whole block right there, I wouldn't be able to walk into this space. But if I put this window there, let me turn on oxygen. Okay, so little debug thing going on. You get to figure out where your oxygen is. If I cover up that block, it'll cut the oxygen out of the room. That was the problem that I was having the whole time, is just placement of a window next to a ventilator. It takes up that entire volume. Now, even though it shows air being here, which is really crazy, but that's the whole thing. I'm not sure why those 2 blocks or those 4 blocks there don't have air in them. But oh, actually no, that'll get fixed because of this. And then oxygen. I love figuring out stuff like that. It, you know, puzzles, little puzzles to be worked out. Now, I don't understand why this spot doesn't have air. That's not what's blocking it. Very interesting. Yeah, because these don't have air either. So you can, I mean, you can suffocate to death in this spot. If I take, well, not in this because it's a creative game, but in a survival game, you could suffocate to death by standing right here. Maybe wave your hands around a bit. Yeah, just like. It's freaking weird, man. It's these corners. Maybe. That's so weird. Why would it do that? Yeah, it killed the air here. These don't let air by them. Okay, well, I have a solution to that. This has always bothered me anyway, so screw your air. I can't put anything up there either because the windows are blocking it. So it's just going to be... Okay, well, first and foremost, I want to do this. Since it's a creative game, and I'm able to, I'm going to clear these spaces up here. And then I'm going to go in here and go to the building and connect. It says it's not available, but it really is. Make sure I am dead center when I do this. Alright, now what it's going to do is it's going to allow me to build something over on this side, and it will go in place over there as well, which is really awesome, very handy. I'm going to look for something not exactly flat. So at least it, you know, I mean, it's not someplace you can get stuck. But it doesn't, I don't think it looks bad. Okay, so now, strange water fill mechanics in Trove when placing water blocks. Yeah, exactly. In other words, not very forgiving. It's like, come on, air is coming at it from every other direction. Are you serious that this window that doesn't even take up the whole block is blocking it off? Come on. Okay, so let's go with textures. And what texture did I use for all of this? There we go. All right, so that is probably not the best way to have solved that problem, but if air wasn't going to go through there, I needed to block it off somehow, and that was a good a method as any. I needed to put one more block in this space, but I was building it very freeform. I didn't have any kind of plan other than the front end. When I started building the front end, I basically at that point was like, all right, I'm going to build this big ship. It's going to be giant, and I am not exactly sure how it's going to flesh out, but if I can build the front end of it, the rest of it will build itself and beyond. So, and it has. Works well enough, indeed. But I've had one cup of coffee today. Yeah. So that's the reason for the rocket fuel. One cup of coffee. The travesty. Oh, the humanity. Terrifying. Yeah, it did. It came together. The thankfully the rest of this ship has been fueled by great amounts of coffee. In fact, Fuzz even yelled at me because I was up at like 4 o'clock in the morning one morning, my time, and working on this thing. And she's like, "My God, are you still awake?" I'm like, "Yeah, but this ship, I mean, yeah, it's good. I like it." I'm just not sure what else I want to do to it. It's getting to be very, very close to the time where it's ready, and so I'm not not all totally, completely sure that I'm done yet. I don't think I want to paint those green. I think I just want to leave them as blended in with the surrounding as humanly possible. But it's not, the nice thing is that it, unless you blow a hole through the entire thing, it won't vent this area to space. So it's pretty good as far as defensive structure, I think. I hope. Let me look back. What in the hell happened there? This is good. This is fine. Whoops. It's pretty nimble. I mean, it's nimble enough, but I do think I want to slap another RCS or two in it just to make it a little bit more nimble. Hello, cat. Yeah, I know, but I ran out of fuel last time too, so I don't want to... Oops. Now this thing, I think a couple of other people have uploaded a similar thing on the workshop, would have died if I was perfectly wedged there. Yeah, I think I probably would have cried. And yeah, like if I had to go and remove a block in order to get the damn thing out, that would have been great. I think I clipped the tail fins on the top of the door and it, yanked me upward. Whoops. That would have been funny. Yeah, I'd have laughed pretty hard too if I had to, like, okay, get out, pull out the block, get in the ship, tip it down, fly it out, go out, replace the block, repaint it, retexture it. Like, yeah, that would have sucked. Whoops. Yeah, I constantly bump into things in here, and completely forgetting that they added collision damage not too long ago, in the grand scheme of things. And whoops. Oh yeah, I knew I had to have done some kind of damage to it. Yeah, you have to manually do that. Well, there's another way. On the other side of this right here, the repair bay, there is when you land on that surface up there and turn the ship off, it will repair everything that is still connected to the ship. As long as it has one hit point, it will repair it. But if like one of these guns gets blown off the outside of it, I've got to go back and replace that by hand. Um, yeah, indeed. And then they've got so that does that. And then they did this. This is a very recent addition to the game. Last patch before last, or the one before that, I don't know. They do a lot of patches. This is a multi-turret, and what it does is it removes blocks or replaces blocks. So I've got that hooked up there, that if you have a smaller ship than this one, you can just fly it into this area, and then somebody on the capital vessel can and repair it. So that was the running light switch. So it turns all those off. But it looks so much better with them. Okay, I can't do this in third person, it's too difficult. Okay. And the cool thing about this is you can fly this thing from most of these consoles on the bridge. Yeah, I love the running light thing, and yeah, my dad's an old sailor. It would make him happy, even though he's not a video game player. It would make him happy to know that I have proper running lights on it. So. So what I should do is save this twice. That way I can keep track of the minute when I go to load. When I go to load a game. Oh, actually, you know what I didn't do? I don't know if I updated the blueprint of the small one. Because I built that in survival and then came and painted it, tweaked it up a little bit in the creative game. So I blueprinted it out of survival. So this is all stuff that I farmed, basically. This is made out of elements that I was able to mine. So it wasn't completely cheated in. Okay, do I still have, I do not, okay. I'm gonna grab I'll grab a screenshot of this for later use. And I might as well, while I'm sitting right here with the door open and okay, and then I can, oh, there we go. O will let me okay. Overwrite that. Okay. And hopefully that will keep the same picture. Yeah, it did. Okay. It's weird that it takes such an odd angle shot. Oops, wrong button. Okay, that's more centered. There we go. Okay, so now what I can do is leave this. The whole logic of this reminds me of these old Legos that had programmable macro servo thingies. Can't for the life remember me what name. Yeah, Kinetics or something like that. Yep, I didn't ever have enough money for that stuff. That was expensive as hell. But yeah, yeah, those were really awesome sets. Let's see. Oh, it's freezing in here. Oh, that vessel right there was another one that was added to the game by people. You fawned over expensive and complicated Lego sets for a long time. Yeah, that is, yes, because they are not cheap. My God, I've well, I have a TARDIS. That my mother still thinks I'm 12, so she, like birthday or something like that, she hooks me up, and it's crazy because this time around she gave me it's a Doctor Who TARDIS scene basically. It's pretty awesome. Yay, my plants are growing again. Dun dun dun. There's an LOD issue with them, and they go lazy when you walk away. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. My mom did that, and she's like, I hope you don't, think that, she's like, she didn't want to make it weird. Like, no, Mom, are you kidding me? No, 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 no. Hell no. I mean, first and foremost, it's Lego. I have always loved Lego. And secondly, and just as importantly, it's Doctor Who. I mean, you can't go wrong with either one of those things. And yeah. So I still have to adjust. This being the survival game, I still have to adjust all the lights. So this is what I've been doing. I've been going back and forth from the survival game to the creative game, and editing the ship in creative, and then updating all the stuff, and then kind of, making it look good there, and then kind of jury rigging everything together for this. Like in this one, I just blew out the windows in the back of it. I didn't even bother in this trying to figure out what the cause of it was. I just blew out the windows so the whole thing would be oxygenated. If God forbid I ever remove a block from where there's only one leading out into space, all my plants are going to die. So I do need to do something about that eventually. I do not plan on dragging this thing into combat anytime soon. So I'm not terribly concerned yet. Actually, I need one of these. No, I already did that. Okay. Yeah, if it works, indeed. I just got to be careful not to vent the damn thing to space. If I vent it to space, then I am in a world of trouble. Thankfully, I have been plugging away, and I have a lot of food. These are actually health kits, but all the rest of this stuff is edible for food consumption. And it looks like I should probably have some of these on me. But the lights are just this aesthetic things, nitpicking things that I needed to fix, and I'm not terribly worried about it. Just Googled and found it. Peace, your long lost childhood. Oh wow, dude! Yes, no kidding. Holy wow! Yeah, it's been a while. Damn. That crane is awesome. Wow, that's a crazy build. That is nuts. Pneumatic powered. Yeah, indeed. They got some crazy stuff they make. I mean, hell, when I started playing with Legos, they were little more than just blocks. There wasn't really a whole hell of a lot to them when I started out. I think all the space stuff is what was brand new when I, started to get closer to being a teenager. Put all this, these were all extra parts from messing around with that build. Only $300 from a third party on Amazon. God. I don't think I have all that stuff. I have like a Rubbermaid bucket, like this tall, about that long. It's and full. I mean, so full that the lid doesn't even close. Goodness. And they're all sitting out in a shed right now. Good thing is being just plastic, you know, take them out, clean them off, boom, done. They're not sitting in the sun, so they won't get messed up. Should be good, hopefully. That's what I should do. I should drag that stuff out and build models with this, and then build them in Empyrean. That could be kind of fun. I like to throw a storage container down in random places like that. Well, not random, but you know, wherever I happen to be working on building a ship, because your inventory will fill up pretty fast from everything. And yeah, the space shuttle. Yeah, the space shuttle. Speaking of that, I think it's the CN Tower in Canada. No, yes. Damn it, now I gotta look it up. Yeah, it's in Toronto. There is in the bottom at the bottom floor of it. Can you believe I went all the way to the top of that thing? um, oh God, my knees are like, you know, crippling just from thinking about it. Yeah, here we go. CM Tower Lego. No kidding. Oh yeah, you found it. Okay. Well, this is a picture that I. Oh, that's like a really horrific link. Yeah, there are a couple of pictures of it. That thing is huge. That thing's like 3 stories tall. I mean, it is big. I went up there several years ago and got to see that. It's pretty damn big, and the Lego variant of it is downstairs in the lobby of the CN Tower. It's pretty tall. Oh no, see, this is the thing. With the CN Tower, the way that the windows in the bottom of it, the way that they're structured, they you know they tip out like this. And they encourage you, at least they did when I was there. I don't know if they do anymore. They encourage you to lean your forehead against it. And I did. Oh, God. It feels like you are just going to fall 7,000 feet. Like, no. And my knees just go completely freaking weak when I think about it. That is an awfully tall building. Ugh. Yep. Let's put it this way. You'd have time on the way down. You know how, you know, people say that like before, you know, right before you get a near death experience, your life flashes before your eyes. You'd have enough time to call for like a couple of reruns on the way down. Yeah. Ugh. Awful. Just awful. Oof, ugh. I'm sorry. Now I'm stuck on thinking about it. That was just terrible. Just terrible. Um, yeah. Well, and see, then you got something like this. Where is it? What about looking down now? I mean, that's down. Ah, right, exactly. Screaming, screaming, screaming. Ah, yup. That's what that is. Now, where in the hell did I park that thing? Because I just now remembered that I am in um, survival and not the enemy's gate is always down. Let's see. Oh yeah, and see this is I was trying to build the missile pod on the outside of the thing, but it doesn't look good. And also this color is hideous. And it looks like it's got Mickey Mouse ears. And I just don't want that. There we go. Why isn't this docking? It should dock. I am going to replace this one with the other one. It's almost identical. I think the only difference is color, and I removed those missile pods. So I'll be losing something, but you can camouflage in the alien booger. Nice. Think. What do I do? First off, I want to yank all of the O2 out of this if I can. Okay, and then come on, door, open quicker. Okay. Let me out of here. Okay, so let me see. This is what vessel identification? It's going to be 1403. So let's go ahead and destroy 1403. Kaboom! Dun-dun-dun. Hey, something's flying out of it. Oh, a Gatling gun. It didn't destroy the Gatling gun. That's good. Like everything but the Gatling exploded. Just gone. But here's a Gatling gun. Alright. And then I can go in here and get the... Oh. There we go. Now, I got the better painted one. Console command, yes, indeed. But it's like I was explaining, the way that I'm able to justify it to myself is that, first and foremost, this is in alpha state, which means the idea that this is the game, this is the playthrough I'm going to be playing for the rest of my time playing this game is nonsensical. Because that's just not going to happen. I mean, anybody that gets into an alpha and doesn't like right down to the nitty of it all, expect everything that they do to get wiped at least once, they've got no business being involved in an alpha. None whatsoever. This is what this is for. I want to find out what will break it. And then, you know, for this thing, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. And then on top of it, I have played through, I don't know, at least 10, probably more than a dozen, survival playthroughs where I've gotten to the point where I was auto-mining stuff and building a capital vessel. If I had played that very first game from that time until now, I have more than 700 hours into this game. I would have a space station, a fleet of ships. I would have bases on every planet by now. It would be crazy. So I'm catching myself up, if that makes any sense. It's still cheating. You know, I'm doing this with a purpose. I'm trying to find out if this ship is viable for living, and in order to do that, kind of have to cross between the whole blurred lines with the console commands. Yep, perfectly justified indeed. Uh-oh, did I just drop that? I did just drop that. Uh-oh. Oh, those might just be gone into the ether. Oh well. Damn it, I keep forgetting I don't need to do that. These doors open on their own. I also forget that there's no gravity generator in here. Oh, there they are. Look, it pooped fuel packs. Similar console magic whenever you start a new Skyrim playthrough. At this point, it's more about the fun and less about the balance. Yeah, I agree. And plus that whole starting. Let's put it this way: when I started my second game of Skyrim, I made a save immediately after the opening cutscene, dragon, all that stuff. That way I would not have to sit through that again if I wanted to start up a new game. The only thing that sucked is I was, you know, kind of stuck with that character throughout, but it was my preferred, it was an Argonian, it's my preferred one to play. And also because I know I'm very familiar with Morrowind and, oh God, what was the other one? Crap, I can't think of it. Wow. Oblivion. That's it. Thank you. That's where my memory was. Yeah, I'm very familiar with Morrowind and Oblivion. So I knew that I was going to have to, if I wanted it to be more than just a go here, kill this thing, come back and get paid. I needed to make my own kind of, you know, immersion into it. So playing an Argonian, very first time I'm playing Skyrim, I think, all right, I just got away from a dragon. We're more than likely related. And I am, you know, just avoided being beheaded and escaped from a dragon. What is my motivation? And I thought, well, I'm an Argonian. Look for a swamp. I got to go for a swim. And that's exactly what I did. And I went around and I caught fireflies for like the first hour that I played Skyrim, just swimming. Like, yeah, I'm just a happy little Argonian in my swamp. Leave me alone. It was good. It was a lot of fun. God, those doors are loud. I need oxygen in here. Yep, walking on roads and yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, you know, I do have one small guilty pleasure in GTA 5, and that is I will occasionally, and when I'm alone, I don't do this while I'm streaming. When I am alone, I will go into GTA and I will obey traffic signals. I'll just drive around the city, and if something turns red, I'll stop at it. Like, yep, I'm just a law-abiding citizen here, not carrying an arsenal big enough to overthrow a third world country's government. No big deal. We're all right. You have yet to try it? Oh, you gotta. Yeah, just try it. You get a lot of people taking pictures of your car with their cell phone and stuff. It's good. Okay, I know. Shut up. Let's see. Yep. So I'm pretty happy with how the third incarnation of the Raptor came out. It's not perfect, you know. It's blocks. It's going to be hard to redesign that. But have you seen? If you haven't seen a picture of it, let me see if I kept one sitting here. I don't think I did. Okay, I think this picture is probably, that's actually a concept drawing of it. But that's what the concept drawing of it looked like. See, I don't remember it having a chair in the back, because there are actually a couple of models. There's one, they had an assault variant of it that basically had these big side mounted rocket pods, which is what I was trying to do with that other one, but it didn't look good, so I bailed on it. Thank you very much. Okay, dude, have fun. I will talk to you later. Enjoy. Wednesday's show is going to be a backseat driver, and Nicole is going to be on Discord while I'm playing the game through my channel, as far as I know. I'll keep you posted on it. Okay, this is the survival game. I don't have to worry about that. What do I need to do here? I'm gonna jump out, I think. I'm gonna go someplace. Oh, one thing I did need to do though, because I don't have very much power left. I need to go back down to the planet, and that's why I was building this. Sweet. Have fun, dude. Hope to see you there. If not, we'll save some fun for you. Okay, so first things first, I need to find the moon. This is not a combat vessel. I need to avoid that thing. I think that's a drone carrier. Yep. Dun, 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 dun. Uh-oh. Turn the auto brake off and just float in. Let's see. That is probably hostile. That is more than likely hostile. Yeah. Hopefully, I will not get my face kicked in by the radiation on this planet, on the moon. Okay, so now I need to find where those mining thingies are set up. Oh. Oh dear. Okay, as long as I can keep on this side of it, I should be okay. Maybe. Uh-oh. Hmm. Okay, I think I will exit the game now. I'm just going to go ahead and boot it right back up again because that was a little mixed up. Yeah. Excuse me. Here we go. There we go. Now I have tools. Oh no, I'm stuck in a hole and I can't get out. This is infinitely more fun. And then there you go. I love doing that. Just fill the hole back in. Pop. All right. Ooh, a little too close. Okay, so I've got these auto miners set up over here, and what they'll do is they'll drag ore out of the ground for me while I'm not there, which is really nice, very handy. And then once I get back up to the capital ship, I should be able to jump out into another system, and I haven't done that yet in this game. Well, this playthrough. Hopefully I might even be able to get back. Pretty awesome. Hoorah. Too used to opening that door by myself. Yeah, I fly like a crazy person, but it's all in fun. Also have to remember that this incarnation of the Raptor does not have the access doors on both sides like my old one did. And that'll become really confusing really quickly. Oh, no source of material. Ooh, okay. Let's go ahead and pick that up. I completely mined all of the ore out of that location. Oh, this thing won't process cobalt. Interesting. All right. Okay, so no more cobalt. Let me get this map here. Iron. Oh, there's only 17% of that left. Is that what I read? Damn it. Oh. tell me anything. Let's see. Yeah, 17%. All right. Okay. Should be good. Hey, Sark, how's it going, dude? Let's see. Where am I headed? Oh, Sark, check it out. I took a third whack at it. Much better, I think. With the door and everything, the one single door on one side. Oop. Looks a bit more like a raptor now instead of a monkfish. Yes, I did a complete redesign. I started from absolute scratch. Block 1. Yep. That I did. Quite a bit of redesign, really, in total. Yep. I've had 1 cup of coffee today and half a thing of rocket fuel, so a little sluggo. Thank you. All right. And then let's see here. I am done on the planet, so let's go skyward. Looks good. Yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. And the freaking doors open and close when you are near them, and you know, once you jump in the cockpit, they're all sealed up. So it's pretty cool. I like it. It's got the feel, I think, instead of the monkfish. All right, where's my capital vessel? On the other side of the damn moon, of course. There's the carrier again, right? Yep. Got to avoid that thing. This thing does not have the teeth that the old one did. Go and do a little flyby here. Terrible, dude. Just terrible. Oh, I just love it. It came out so good. Okay. So, now that I've got that, I can grab this stuff out of here. Ow. Okay. Oh. Oh, yeah. Pentaxid. So I should have enough, I think I have enough Pentaxid to make a jump somewhere. Oh yeah, plenty. Plants are growing. Yay, my plants. Dun dun dun, I get to eat. Yes. It's good in a survival game. It's a really good thing in a survival game. So let's see here. Bridge. And that closes all the shutters. I think the running lights are on. Yep, they are on. Oops. I probably wouldn't be hurt by putting a couple more RCS units on this thing as well. Just because I mean, it's a capital ship. It's supposed to be sluggish, but it is a little too difficult to turn. More so than I think it should be. Let's see, where do I want to go? I haven't been anywhere in this game yet. Skillon, that's a dangerous place. Let's go to a dangerous place. And because I can get back from there too, so. Okay. First things first, I hadn't saved it before I did this, so that should be of importance. Alright, once I get up to 88.7 miles an hour, I can Which one is it? There we go. Oh, you're so right. Boy, this is a creepy place. So this doesn't have a moon, it's just the planet. Oh, there's something over there too. Now, unfortunately, I do not have any ammunition on this ship, so I do not want to get it into a firefight. I don't know what it is, and I don't know where it's headed, if anywhere. But I am gonna go and scout it. Make a habit of saving, because it's a pain in the backside to get your stuff back if you die. I need to put a couple more oxygen tanks, refill stations. I need to get one down in the hangar bays and stuff like that, so I don't have to run all the way up here to get O2. It's this one that has... I should be eating that stuff. I should leave that in there. All right. Let's see. Ow. Gravity's kind of heavy in here. Oh, that looked cool. I have screenshot software running in the background so that I can just quickly take stuff like that, as I find that that happens a lot with me in this game. Ooh, there's a couple of ships out here. Is this a station? Oh, it's an admin station. Oh, weird. Ow. Broken leg? From what? Ow. Because gravity, like, torqued me, apparently. Ouch. Ooh, teleporter. Could step through that. That could get dangerous and ugly. Can't take any of this cargo. You know, that's a rude gesture, and oh, bless you. Uh-oh. Freighter Attenborough. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's weird. Alright, I'm gonna go and get a flyby of this thing and find out how defended it is. Ooh. Whoa. It certainly is colorful. Okay, it's got 2 guns on the keel. Interesting. Alright, let's go and see how dangerous this planet is. I think this is the one that's like incredibly radiated. And I don't think I have any radioactive protection on my armor. Ooh, Sathium. Oh, crap. Oh yeah, there's a lot of rads outside. I don't know if I'm even hitting it. Yeah. Too hot. Uh-oh. And now they're all coming for me. Oh, okay, maybe they're not. But I don't have any any ammunition on this thing. Which is probably stupid to come down to a planet like this, huh? No, I can't hit it from here. I was right side up. Okay, so it's only got that one machine gun on the front of it. Okay, ammunition is on the floor. Uh-oh, there's something up there. Let's see. Sathium was over the east of me. Okay. I want to see if this is something that's going to shoot me. Oh, yes, the Xenu power station. That's probably a bad thing right there, and let's avoid that right now. Yay. Oh, nice. Ugh, ow. Now, if I can set up one of these drills here, and get something going with this. Uh-oh. Oy. Yuck. These I need a lot of. Alien eggplant parts. Uh-oh. Mmm. I'm gonna make that meat into sausage. But no, really, you take meat that you collect off of killing aliens and you use it in a food processor and eat it. That is disgusting. Okay, let's see. I've got refrigerators for the stuff so that it doesn't rot. Oy. What the hell those are? There's a lot of them. Oh, those worm guys. Okay. Scorpions. Of course there's got to be scorpions. Nice. That's what I thought. I haven't been here very often. I think I've done this a couple of times now. Just dropped off in an area and these are all taken up. They still have the flattening. That little bug. That's funny. Let's see. I can't stray too far from the ship because I don't want to die. Uh-oh. Yikes. Also don't want to stray too far from the ship because I don't want the stuff to rot before I can get it back there. And it happens a lot quicker than it should. Uh-oh. Wow, they don't really mind that too much, do they? Ow. Stop it. Uh-oh. Poisonous bite. Antidote pills. Phew. Stupid scorpion. It wasn't your stuff to get involved with. Ass. Oh. All right. Let's see. Where did I leave that damn ship? Oh, way over there. All right. I could hear him. I don't know where the hell he was. Okay. So let's get back into that ship. I've got plenty of material for right now. Sun goes down in a few minutes. And I'm sure that as terrifying as this is during the day, it is infinitely worse at night. Oh, hello. Crash capital vessels are usually pretty nice. Does not like being off center. It doesn't like you to do that. Stuck in a block, maybe? It was odd. Someone's outside. Okay. Well... Ooh, what's back here? Can't damage it. Shoot through here and hopefully find the core of this thing, because I'd like to find out what's through that door. Usually like to hide these things under vast amounts of rock. Ouch. Oh, is it the same one? Yep, I made a full circle. Hmm. Yeah, it's very dark out there. Yikes. Okay. Did I set up for Sathium as well, or did I only set up with that? No, I only set up with the neodymium. I need to get that sorted out because I need Sathium. And then I think I might wrap this up a little early. I'm finding myself like kind of losing focus, and I don't think in combination with not enough coffee, I think I did not get enough sleep last night. I don't want to bore you to death, so I am going to get this thing set up and then wrap it up, I think, because I will fall asleep here and that will be embarrassing as hell. First, I'm going to land on this thing. Maybe. There we go. But I shouldn't park up there because if I fall off, I'll never get my ship back. So, yeah, I'll get some better rest. I'll be back with something good tomorrow. I don't know what yet, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. Get this stuff set up here. Get back inside my ship where it's safe and sound. Thankfully, this is a private game, solo game, so I don't have to worry about it being offline. But we'll give it a little shot here. Anyway, thank you for bearing with me today. I hopefully didn't nod off there, but I feel like I did. I'm wondering what I did. But I will be back tomorrow, normal time, and all that jazz, and we'll figure out something fun. And until then, get off my lawn! Sorry about the abrupt ending, but I need sleep. Booyah!